Hey, what's up everybody? Good morning. Welcome to the weekly progress report of my little garden. It's Monday, May 25th, and here we are. All right. So right behind me is my little seeding slash germination station. Right now I have some shishito pepper seeds, just one actually growing. I just planted some oregano and thyme. There's a celery, ginger root. Still got that little lemon stick going, which I don't know how much longer it's gonna hold. But yeah, let's just get right to it, shall we? All right, so like I had mentioned, there is a shishito pepper seed we got right here. Last week it was just the roots, and now we have a little seedling. I like these little containers because then, you can close them for that greenhouse effect when you want to germinate, and then I have it propped open to give the seedling a little bit of space to grow. It was getting ready to hit the top of the container, so yeah, open that up, let him grow, or let it grow, and you can even see, can you? You can't really tell, but there's like little leaves in between those first leaves that are trying to grow right now. All right, in this container here, we have oregano and thyme. Yeah, just planted those little suckers yesterday, so we'll see how that works out. This lemon still going. I'm not quite sure that it's gonna make it, so I'm gonna let it go or leave it there for a little bit longer, but I'm just gonna have to cut my losses, but it's okay, because I do have some lemon seeds here that I saved, and I'm gonna attempt to plant those and germinate that. At the same time, I have some tomato seeds fermenting here, and once that mold builds over, then I will start to rinse those off and put those away. In here, I got some coriander seeds soaking, which I'm going to plant those today. I put those in water yesterday, and it was recommended to soak them for 24 hours, and I did that, and now we're going to plant them. All right, next to that, we have the lovely ginger root, which is rooting up really nicely. I'm going to break that off and plant those two here today or sometime this week for sure. Next up, we have some green onions that I put into water maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I think it's like 3 days ago, actually, on Friday or something. But I chopped off all the old roots, and the new roots grew really, really fast. It took like literally overnight. It grew some roots. Here we got the celery going on, still hanging in there. It's growing. The roots, getting a little bit longer. So I'm gonna plant that here within the week as well. Excuse me. So over here, I had the bok choy and basil plants, but I moved those outside. Now this is my little potting area for the meantime. I'm eventually going to use this sewing machine at some point, but not right now. All right, some things that I picked up. So I went to the dollar store. I've actually been going to the dollar store to get some planting stuff, mainly like little pots, and felt like they don't have, obviously they don't have like a good selection, right? But what they do have is cheap little bins and storage containers and stuff like that. So I got one of those little fabric storage little bins, and it had a cardboard lining to keep the shape. What I did was I took an X-Acto knife, I just cut those cardboard pieces out, and now I have little pockets on the sides that I can use to grow things as well as utilize the middle there. Also, going through my room, I found some bags that I will be using as planters, and this cool little box here that has different sections that I'm also going to be using, drilling holes at the bottom for drainage and get some plants in there as well. So just pretty much utilizing what I had or have around the house. Also, I've been wanting to build a raised bed, but raised bed isn't happening right now. That's later on down when I get a little bit better. But right now I am working on, or gonna be working on, a little planter box to hang around the ledge of the stairs area. So let's go head out there now and check it out. All right, so outside, and that planter box thing that I'm gonna build is gonna hang right along this edge here, similar to this thing, but this was just something to put the little plants in, and it came with these little holding containers, which I'm using now to keep my little bok choys in and hold that. But yeah, so it's similar to that. I'm gonna hang it right here and also right around here, so that way I have a nice little planter box edge right there. All right, so let's get into the mint. As you can see, it's nice and full. I'm gonna actually rotate that today. So I've been rotating the plant every few days or so. Ooh, little yellow leaf. Just toss that right into the compost bin. All right, so that has been doing really well. I'm gonna cut it back a little bit and see, whatever. I might even replant it into the box that I make, but we'll see how that goes. All right, I moved the bok choy out here. Oh, can you see it? Can you see it? There we go. I moved the bok choy out here. When I had it here before, I had it on this thing here, but I'm using that for myself, and then I put this here. All right, so when I had these out here before, they were really thriving until I overcrowded the area and pushed it into the sun. So this area right here gets the morning sun. As you can see, the sun comes up over here, and then it goes and it sets over that way over there. So I get a nice little path this way. Boom. So here it gets the morning sun on the bok choy, and then in the afternoon and the evening, this post along with this little railing here gives this nice little shade for it to still soak up the outdoor area and not be fried. I am down to 6 plants now. I had my first one that I planted was doing so well, but I watered it from the top and it collected water right in here, didn't disappear, and so it rotted that area, and now my plant is gone. I don't know if it damaged the root, but I'm hoping it didn't, but who knows. Oh well, that's lesson learned. That's why I still have them in these containers, so that I can water it from the bottom. So that way the leaves stay protected and don't rot out. All right, now on the other side of me, I got the onions. I got 2 of the onions left. Now the other 2 that were here before, they didn't make it. So rightfully so, because I didn't really start those properly. I was like, hey, let me just chop things off and see how it goes. And well, I saw how it goes. Didn't work out too well. So these 2, I definitely did it the right way, thanks to the epic gardening video. But I am experiencing some, this one's yellow, this leaf isn't doing so hot. This one is bent at the, at midway, but these other ones are doing pretty well. I am not watering it today. I've been overwatering things, so now I'm learning how, the process of everything and getting used to everything. All right. Next up, I finally planted those damn potatoes that I had. I ended up only planting one of the russets, and then I bought a red potato from the grocery store just so I can plant it, so I can have the russet and also the red potatoes. So those are in here. I got 2 of those in there. It's been sitting out here since, I think I planted it on Tuesday or something, Tuesday or Wednesday, I can't remember, most likely Tuesday. So yeah, we'll see how that grows. Next to that, we have the lovely Sugar Snap Peas. Yeah. If you remember, I planted 3 last time, or I planted 3 seeds, and whoop, whoop, I'm gonna go and get this camera angle here. But yeah, this was the first one that popped up. It's doing really well. The second one that popped up, and I got a little baby here. I don't know if you can see it. That one popped up on a really, really hot day, and so I think it got fried. But I'm gonna keep watering it. I'm still gonna be in the pot with the other ones, and I'll see if it grows at all. If not, all good. I got 2 out of 3, so that's not bad. This one, that first one, is almost touching the trellis, so I think in a couple days here, if not at the end of the day, it'll be ready to go and start training it on the trellis. All right, so moving on up, we have the basil plants still, but I move them out here on the stairs. This one, the mother plant, the one that has been experiencing root rot and just the gnats and all that. The gnats are gone, thank God, and now the water is finally, draining from the soil. It was pretty wet and soaked, so yeah. I could transplant them and hope for the best, but I'm actually going to leave them and see how it progresses. I don't know. I just want to experiment with it. I mean, it's already hurting as is, so I'm not even going to try to attempt to replant and salvage it. I'm just going to, keep trying to bring it back to health and see if it actually works. I don't know, trial and error. Gotta experiment with the things. The other 2 here. So this one was the really tiny one, and now, the leaves are growing, and I'm even getting some growth down here at the bottom, and that's really doing pretty well. It was buried a couple days ago, and now it is popping up out of the soil, so thankful for that. These 2 leaves are hanging in there. This one, they're still growing, so can't complain about that. And now we have the 3rd one, which is the hardiest one. That one is doing really, really well. I'm going to trim back these top leaves here, so that way it forces itself to produce. I'm actually just going to snack on those because it's really good to just eat it by itself. Don't even need to put it in anything. And can't really do much with just a little bit of basil anyways, except for chiffonade it, put it on top of some eggs or, a dish or pasta or something. Can definitely do that. And I have one more over here. Oh, this is one of those dollar store bags that, had the cardboard lining that I took out. I bought a living lettuce from Berkeley Bowl, and I kind of left it in its container for too long, so we'll see how that goes. Also, I was a dummy and put it down here on this step where it gets, where's that? Yeah, right over here, it gets really hot midday sun. So it was in the midday sun yesterday, and that was stupid on my part because I knew that would happen. I have experience growing lettuces with the vertical towers that I was taking care of a couple years ago. But yeah, so the outer leaves are wilty, but as I give it a little squeeze, the inner leaves are still hardy. So I'm going to leave that for a couple days, then I'll trim off those weaker leaves. Like even this one right here, the rib of the leaf down at the bottom is still strong, so it's just the top part of the leaves that are wilted, and you know, rightfully so. I left it in the sun. But yeah, so we'll see how that grows too. Anyways, that is what I got for you this week. Next week we will go over, let's see, my tomato seeds should be ready to go. I'm gonna germinate I'm gonna germinate those lemon seeds and see what happens. I don't know, but yeah, all right. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys, and enjoy your day. Happy gardening.